This week we start Unit 2, which will cover chapters 4 and 5. I can't possibly overstate the importance of chapter 5 and learning how to factor and eventually solve quadratic equations using factoring. That's an important skill that you'll need moving forward. For this week, you're going to begin by looking at the rules of exponents and then start looking at polynomials and how to add and subtract polynomials. The rules of exponents take time. There's 7 different rules, and then we're using order of operations to simplify expressions using the rules of exponents. The addition and subtraction of polynomials, fortunately, is combining like terms. It's stuff that you've seen before. I do want to draw your attention to the section 4.1 and 4.2 page. You're going to see details on negative exponents, which you need to take the time to look at. Be aware, negative exponents do not turn expressions from positive to negative. The negative sign means something different, and there's a good explanation of it here. Beyond that, you're going to see a review of order of operations in case you need to remember those things. And then you're going to look at this page, which is the rules of exponents. Like I said, there's 6 or 7 different rules of exponents. What I've given you on this page is a couple of examples of where the rules of exponents come from. And it's important that you understand how the rules of exponents come to be, because when you get in on a test, it's hard to remember whether you're supposed to add or multiply the exponents. In this case, if you start to see how the rules come about, it becomes easier to understand what you should do. So, for example, x to the third times x to the fourth, that means x times x times x times x times x times x times x. And when we look at all that together, we have 7 x's being multiplied together, and so we end up with x to the 7th. And for each of the rules, you're going to see a couple of examples of it, and then you're going to see the math language of the rule of exponents. You're welcome to learn and try to memorize the math explanation, but as you've seen before, math sometimes this form of the rule is not easy to look at. And so I also wrote in the box underneath kind of a just layman's expression of how you would go about doing this, and what does it mean in plain English. And then there's a couple of examples of each for you to look at. And then on the last page, you'll have all of the examples. Okay, once you've gone through that, then the actual process of how to simplify exponential expressions. This takes time. Don't leave this until Sunday night. This is one of the larger homework assignments for the semester, and it's going to take time to get comfortable with dealing with exponents. So make sure you give yourself plenty of time this week and email me if you have questions.